Kumusta naman yung experience nyo with Kanata Education? Siyempre, tinulungan
Alam mo, in all honesty, sobrang laki na tulong sa amin ng Kanata kasi um, step by step yung pagtulong nila, ramdam mo talaga yung genuine concern and support nila. Hindi na sila yung agency na basta makakuha ng pera or makapagpasa lang or ma-check lang ng document sila. Pero sila ma-check ng document.
Makulit sila
Makulit sila, matay sila. Basically, it's that everything is in order before they launch visa application. So, alam mo, yun lang yung feeling ng, yun lang yung feeling may trust ka. Pero feeling mo rin, panatag sa application na kasi alam mo yung na-check ng maayos at talagang pinaglaanan ng oras yung document.
Hi, good evening everyone and welcome to Kanata Educational Consultancy Services free webinar about study in Canada. Thank you for spending your Friday night with us. And tonight we are joined by two of the most sought after colleges in Canada. We have Humber College of Ontario and also Northern Lights College from British Columbia. I know everyone's excited to know more about these schools. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome our first speaker, the school representative from Humber College, Mr. Daryl.
Hi, Francis.
Hi, Daryl. Good
Good
evening.
evening. Hi, everyone. Good evening. All good, Francis. Thank you so much for that introduction. All right. So
everyone's excited. So take it away.
Great. Thank you so much. So good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. It's a Friday night, but you're with us. And I hope you get a lot of information during this session. So before I begin with my presentation, let me just share this video with everyone.
Congratulations on getting accepted into Humber College. These will be the best years of your life.
You're gonna love Humber.
Welcome to Humber's diverse community.
Congratulations.
Welcome to the best college there is, the best support system, the best faculty ever.
Online classes are accommodating and are great if you need a flexible schedule.
Humber College has so many services.
You are going to have an amazing learning experience.
You are gonna love Humber.
I'm now working in an amazing job that I love.
You're gonna love it here.
Woo!
All right. So I hope after this session, you will be one of those students who will be accepted at Humber College. So again, good evening, everyone. My name is Daryl Agapito, and I'm the in-country representative of Humber College in the Philippines. So let me just share my presentation. There you go. All right. So again, our full name is Humber College Institute of Technology and Advanced Learning. It is because we are one of the polytechnic colleges and universities in Canada. So there are only 13 polytechnic colleges and universities across Canada, and there are only 7 in Ontario, and there are only 3 in Toronto, and one of those 3 is Humber College. And Humber College is one of the institution partners of Kanata, and we are located in Toronto, Canada. So just to give you a little background about Toronto, Toronto is the largest city in Canada and the 4th largest city in the North America, and it's considered to be the 11th best urban destination or study destination. In fact, in 2019, there were 643,000 international students studied inside Canada, and 50% of that number are studying in Ontario, specifically in the city of Ottawa, which is the capital city of Canada, and in Toronto, which is the capital city of Ontario. So that reflects that the education system in Toronto is really sought after by international students like you. It is also considered to be the second best city in the North America in terms of quality of living and ranked first in the North America in being the safest city to live in. And it also has the largest and the busiest airport, which is the Toronto Pearson International Airport. So all of the students who will be studying around Toronto, that's where you are going to land. Toronto Pearson International Airport. Again, that's the largest and the busiest airport in the whole Canada. And that being said, it's welcoming a lot of people from around the globe, of course, pre-pandemic. But right now, with the pandemic going on, there are a little bit of restrictions. But still, international students are welcome to fly to Toronto if you will be studying in a designated learning institution like us, like Humber College. So why choose Humber College among all other colleges? So we are a global leader in career-focused learning, and we were founded in 1967. That's 53 years ago. Being a global leader in career-focused learning, that means 79% of our programs have co-op or work placement, so that our students will be immersed in the industry and that you will be job ready after finishing your program at Humber. Currently, we have 33,000 full-time registered students, 6,500 of which are international students from over 130 nationalities. And I'm very happy to say that Philippines is part of that origin of international students. And we are actually top 5 origin of international students at Humber. So we really have a growing number of Filipino students inside Humber. We also have 85.4% deployment rate within 6 months. So that means you will be able to find jobs after finishing your program at Humber within 6 months. But of course, it still depends on how you will be looking for your jobs. So this is where we are located. This is our North Campus. I hope you can see my cursor moving. Our North Campus is just 10 minutes away from the largest and the busiest airport. Again, that's Toronto Pearson International Airport. And our Lakeshore campus is around 30 minutes away from the airport. And our very new facility, which is the IGS, or International Graduate School, is located in downtown city of Toronto, right in the middle of the city. So at the IGS, we are only delivering graduate certificate programs or postgraduate degree programs only to international students. So no domestic students at the IGS. But if you wish to be classmates with domestic students or Canadian students, you might want to consider studying at the North or at the Lakeshore. If you can see the green line, this is a subway. The yellow U-shaped line here is also a subway, and the purple line up here, also a subway, and all broken red lines are bus lines. So anywhere you live around Toronto, all of our campuses are very accessible through public transportation. And our North Campus is the home of most of our facilities, like our very own restaurant, which is the Humber Room. This is where our students under hospitality and restaurant operations management, culinary management, bake and pastry arts management, event management, are doing their practicum on campus on top of their off-campus jobs and off-campus co-op or work placements. This restaurant is being operated by our very own students. So that means they already know how to operate a restaurant after finishing their program at Humber. This restaurant is open to the public, but right now with the pandemic, people from outside Humber might need to book an appointment or book a reservation first before going to the Humber Room. This is our BCTI, or the Barrett Center for Technology and Innovation. This was built last June 2019 for our students under automation, robotics, systems integration, mechatronics engineering, IT, computer programming. If you have any research or a project that you want to work on together with a Humber faculty, you can definitely use that facility, and your research will be sponsored by these industry partners. That building is fully sustainable and powered by solar panels. For those students who will be looking for part-time jobs, we have the Academic and Career Success Center. If you are having troubles looking for your part-time jobs, you can go to this center and you will be assisted for free. And we also conduct job fairs in the beginning of each semester so that we can bring in our industry partners so that our students could network and submit their CV right then and there to attain a job while still studying or even after finishing their program at Humber. For those students who finish their program at Humber, you will be eligible for postgraduate work permit. You will be eligible to stay in Canada for longer years to work full time. How to apply for the postgraduate work permit? You will be assisted by the International Center. We also conduct workshops on how you could apply for your postgraduate work permit. So after finishing your program, it will be easy for you to get your PGWP. If you are having troubles with your health, may it be physical health or mental health, we have the Student Wellness and Accessibility Center as well. All of the services there are for free for our international students. And we also have our Athletics and Recreation Center in both of our North Campus and Lakeshore Campus. This is how our Lakeshore Campus looks like. Most of our postgraduate degree programs prior to having the IGS are delivered at the Lakeshore. So it has more open space and green space for our students to interact. But right now we are trying to control the number of people on campus to adhere to the COVID-19 protocol of the government. And again, our IGS is located in downtown city of Toronto. So we have over 200 academic programs to offer you. I just want to emphasize, even though our full name is Humber College Institute of Technology and Advanced Learning, we still do offer health sciences and wellness programs. Yung ibang students, naiisip nila dahil Humber College Institute of Technology and Advanced Learning, engineering school to or IT school to, baka computer programming school lang. Yon. But it's not. We are actually a polytechnic college, and we offer up to 200 academic programs to our international students. So we have health sciences and wellness, we have practical nursing, occupational therapy assistant and physical therapy assistant, systems navigator, addictions and mental health, biotechnology, pharmacy technician, and more. We also have programs under fashion and aesthetics, applied technology and engineering, business, accounting and management. Also creative arts and design, emergency services, children and youth, community and social services like social service worker program. We also have skilled trades like plumbing techniques, welding techniques, industrial woodworking technician. We also have media, public relations, marketing, advertising. We also have music and performing arts, also hospitality and tourism like culinary management, baking and pastry arts management, hotel and restaurant operations management, tourism operations management, information, computer and digital technology, foundations and language training. There are a lot of Filipinos who are teaching English. So you might want to explore our teaching English as a second language program, which is also eligible for a postgraduate work permit. We also have programs under justice and legal studies. For those students who just finished high school in the Philippines or grade 12, yung mga kaka-K to 12 pa lang or graduate ng K-12, and who wish to study bachelor's degree in Canada, we can offer you 31 bachelor's degree options. So all of our program choices, you can see them on our website, that's humber.ca. So these are some of our industry partners. We have over 500 industry partners where you could work part-time while still studying at Humber, and also full-time after finishing your program at Humber. We just didn't put all of our industry partners on the slide, but we have over 500 industry partners. Our admission guidelines. We have 3 intakes at Humber that will be September, January, and May. Most of the programs are already full for September 2021. If you wish to join Humber College by January 2022, our applications have already started, or we have already opened our applications for January 2022 last May 17. So if you wish to submit an application, please contact Kanata as soon as possible. And then January 2022 will be followed by our May 2022 intake, which is not yet open. Please stay tuned. Kanata will also be announcing that. We will also be announcing that on our social media pages. We don't have an admission deadline. As long as there are seats on your chosen program, feel free to submit an application. What are the documents that you need to prepare if you will be submitting an application to Humber College? If you will be applying for certificate, diploma, and advanced diploma, we need your high school transcript and diploma. If you will be applying for your bachelor's degree, we also need your high school transcript and diploma. And if you will be applying for a graduate certificate program, we only need your college transcripts and diploma. All right, no need for high school anymore if you will be applying for a graduate certificate program. We are also requiring a language proficiency test result. But good news, if you finished bachelor's degree in any of these schools, we can waive the IELTS requirement for you. Again, only if you finished bachelor's degree in any of those schools on the list that you can see on your screen right now. If you wish to check if your school is on that list, please contact Kanata and they will be able to assist you with that. If you see your school on the list, then no need for IELTS anymore. No need for certificate of English as medium of instruction as well. No need. We also have a 75 Canadian dollars application fee. Another good news, if you will be submitting your application through Kanata, then we will be waiving that application fee for you. Our tuition fees are running from 16,000 to 20,000 Canadian dollars per year. That's good for 2 semesters already, covering your health insurance for 1 year. Again, those rates that you can see right now are for 1 year or 2 semesters and also covers your health insurance already. We also have scholarships at Humber College up to 2,000 Canadian dollars. We are only giving out 20 scholarships per semester. So that means 20 students will be getting the scholarship in September, 20 in January, and then another 20 students in May. How to qualify to this scholarship? It's not automatic. You have to separately apply for it. After receiving your letter of acceptance, you can separately submit an application for the scholarship. Together with the letter of acceptance, we need an IELTS score of 6.5 or any equivalent test. So again, IELTS score of 6.5 academic or any equivalent test, 2 reference letters, an essay, and GPA of 85% from your previous school. All right. So this scholarship is for graduate certificate, diploma, and advanced diploma degree. For those students who will be applying for bachelor's degree, we have up to 4,000 Canadian dollars if your GPA from high school in the last 8 months is 95% or higher. For those who got GPA 90 to 95%, we can give you up to 3,500 Canadian dollars scholarship. For those who got 85 to 90%, you can get 3,000. And then for those who have 80 to 85%, you can get 2,000 Canadian dollars scholarship. All of those are renewable. Since bachelor's degree is a 4-year degree at Humber, as long as you are able to maintain your grades by the following year, you can still get the same amount of scholarship. For those students naman from high school who got 75 to 80% GPA, you can still get a 1,500 Canadian dollars scholarship. One time only, non-renewable. All right. Again, these rates are only if you are applying for a bachelor's degree at Humber. Our application process is very easy. Just submit all your scanned documents to Kanata and they will be doing the application for you. Our processing time is between 6 to 8 weeks. But good news, if you submitted complete documents, Kanata will be notifying me or Humber and we will be expediting your application. So instead of waiting for 6 to 8 weeks, by the following week, you can already get your letter of acceptance. We also offer on-campus accommodation in both of our North Campus and Lakeshore Campus. This is how our single bedroom looks like, and this is how our 2-bedroom suite looks like. Shared kitchen, dining, and bathroom. The rates are between 6,000 to 8,000 Canadian dollars per semester. So again, that's 6,000 to 8,000 Canadian dollars per semester for our on-campus accommodation or dormitory. Also, dining plans are mandatory if you will be living on campus. The rates are around 2,350 to 3,400 Canadian dollars per semester. But if you wish to live off campus, these are the websites that you can check. The rentals around Humber College is between 600 to 1,000 Canadian dollars per month. All right. I think that's it for my presentation. Thank you so much for listening, and I will be joining you for the Q&A.
All right. Thank you, Sir Daryl, for that very informative presentation. Our second speaker is the school representative for the Philippines for Northern Lights College. Let us all welcome Miss Jamie Rojo.
Hello.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Francis.
Good.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, rather. Okay, can I start? Okay. Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Jamie. I represent Northern Lights College here in the Philippines and in Southeast Asia. So I'm handling all the countries in Southeast Asia, basically. But I'm based in the Philippines and I'm a Filipino. Okay. I hope you can see my presentation. This is gonna be, I'll try to be quick because I know that maybe some of you haven't eaten their dinner yet. But I hope that you will get a lot of information from this event, and thank you for Kanata and also to my colleague Dario for joining this event. Okay, Northern Lights College, we're named after the Northern Lights. I'll tell you more about the Northern Lights later on. But yeah, we're a public college in Canada located in the province of British Columbia, which is in the west, the western part of BC, the same province where Vancouver is located. So probably a lot of you have heard about Vancouver. However, from Vancouver, you have to hop in another domestic flight for about an hour and a half to go to our region called the Peace Region, because we have the Peace River. We share the Peace River with Alberta, by the way. So we are actually in the boundary of the province of Alberta. We have two campuses in two of our major cities in the region, the cities of Fort St. John and Dawson Creek. We're in the northeast, specifically of British Columbia. Again, we're a public college, meaning our programs are eligible for our programs are all PGWP eligible, meaning you can get your work permit after studying. If you study with us, get 1 year work permit if you study for 1 year, and you can get up to 3 years if you study for 2 years. And I'm happy to inform you that majority of our programs are actually offered for 2 years. We have 5 campuses in total, but I've only mentioned and we will only be talking about 2 of our campuses because the other campuses are not catering for international students. Okay, so your option is only between Dawson Creek or Fort St. John. Dawson Creek, by the way, is smaller as compared to Fort St. John by land area and population. But those two cities shares almost the same benefits, such as lower cost of living. They have all the facilities that a normal cities has. However, both cities are relatively smaller as compared to bigger cities such as Vancouver, for example. We cover Northern Lights College is the only tertiary institution in the region, meaning if you want to go to our region, you want to study there, but you don't want to study at Northern Lights College, you don't have any other choice. We cover about 324,000 square kilometers, which is actually almost the same size as the Philippines. So I can tell you that there's a lot of opportunity if you decided to go and study and stay. Of course, maybe you might have plans to move elsewhere after studying. That's also okay. But if you study and stay in a region, then there's a lot of opportunity there. I have a separate slide for our programs. We'll discuss that later on. And we also have a very safe and supportive environment. And I'm happy to tell you that we actually have a very supportive, very active Filipino community. Surprisingly enough, there's a lot of Filipino in the region. And these Filipinos in the region that are already residents, permanent residents, and actually citizens, came from elsewhere in Canada. They moved to our region because they realize the opportunity is there, and also the cost of living is a lot lower as compared to bigger cities. This is the aerial shot of our Dawson Creek campus, which is also our main campus. And the area here on the right side of the screen is actually our on-campus accommodation or student housing. You can stay there, especially if you're going solo, if you're going first, or if you don't have a family of your own yet, then we can accommodate you in our on-campus accommodation, which is just few steps away from the campus. Our Dawson Creek campus is a center of excellence for aerospace and clean energy technology. So if you're interested in any of that programs, we have programs for international students. And these are the remaining information that I'm going to be talking about, which are the usual, questions or the information that you normally gather before you make a decision as to which institution or whether or not Canada is the right option for you. First off, our tuition fee, we offer the lowest tuition fee for a public institution in British Columbia. Our tuition fee is around 11,000 Canadian dollar per year. That means that's already 2 semesters. You have two options of paying the tuition. Either you pay the full first year, which is around 11,000, or the initial tuition deposit, which also covers your first semester, and that is 6,000 Canadian dollar. Regardless of whatever you decide, you're still gonna get a letter of acceptance after you pay the tuition and after you qualified for the program. We also have right now an IELTS waiver for all Filipino students, meaning Philippine passport holders. Okay, there might be some of you who are seeing this video. I know we're live on Facebook, and maybe there are attendees here that are not Filipino passport holders. Unfortunately, this is not applicable for you. But if you are a Filipino, then yes, if you have a 4 years bachelor's degree, you may not need to submit an IELTS test result. However, we have 3 exemptions, 3 programs that are exempted from the IELTS waiver, and that's the practical nursing, healthcare assistant, and health studies. Those 3 programs, you'll be required or mandated to submit an IELTS test. Okay, and you have to have a 4 years bachelor's degree. If your bachelor degree is only for 3 years, then you still have to submit an IELTS test result. That also applies to everyone who is a high school graduate, K-12 graduate, or ongoing college. For as long as you haven't finished 4 years bachelor's degree, you need to submit an IELTS test result. And the module that we require is academic, okay? And here's the list of the programs that we have for international students. We have hundreds of programs listed on our website. You can try and look it up. However, not all the programs listed there are offered or open to international students. So that might be confusing for you. So what we did is come up with a one-pager list, like a cheat sheet of all the programs that international students can choose from. And it basically has everything that you need to know, from the IELTS results, IELTS score rather, the tuition fee per year, the duration of the study, which campus the program is offered, and what are the available intakes. So you have to be careful. You have to double check the campus in the intake, because we have some programs that are not offered in all intakes. So we have, for example, early childhood education and care that's only open every September of each year. We have, for example, social services worker, which is only open in May and September. It's not available in January. And we also have, say, post-degree diploma in business management, which is open to all of our intakes. And some programs are offered, are campus specific. For example, all our IT and computer related programs are offered only in our Fort St. John campus. Health related program is offered in our Dawson Creek campus, for example. And we also have programs that we rotate the campus availability. Early childhood education and care, for example, for this year, September, it is offered in Dawson Creek. However, for next year, that's going to be offered in our Fort St. John campus. So bottom line, if you're confused about the campus intakes and whatnot, please coordinate contact to Kanata, Catherine, and Francis' team. to help guide you with this information because they know where to look at. Okay. Moving on, in terms of job opportunity, there's a lot in our region. I've actually screenshot a website where you can also check because I've included the website at workbc.ca. It shows here the composition of job opening under BC labor market outlook for the next 10 years, starting 2019 to 2029. You can see here that 47% of job openings will be coming from retiring workers, and Canada is an aging country, so they have a lot of what do you call these workers that are retiring, and then 53% will be coming from the economic growth, which in total will give you about 18,000 job openings for the next 10 years. Now, 18,000 might seem small if we're talking about the Philippines because population-wise, we are what, 110, 111 million people. In Canada, it's a completely different story. 18,000 is actually a very huge number already. There's also other factors. For example, our unemployment rate in the region is very low, meaning almost everyone in the region have work. So to fill in those vacancies, they need people to come to the region and to fill in those vacancies. So that might be you guys as an international student who will eventually become migrants or permanent residents. We are a community-based college. I would like to highlight that as well. That's why we have a very limited number of programs. Nakita niyo naman yung list kanina. That's because we only offer to international students the kind of jobs or career that has vacancies in the region. So yung mga klase ng trabaho na merong work when you get there. In our region is specific, okay? Specifically in our community. 95% of our international students are able to find part-time work. Filipinos are pretty much workaholic. So 100% of our Filipino students are working part-time. The remaining 5% are probably those who are financially capable to support themselves without doing part-time work. But, you know, you're allowed to work while studying, so might as well take advantage of that. So bottom line of this page is there's a lot of opportunity if we're talking about jobs in our region. Oops, this is a short video of testimony of our students who are currently studying at Northern Lights College, but I believe they're graduating this year. So let's watch this. Okay, so that's a short testimonial of our students, how they're doing in the college right now. And they're graduating this year because, yeah, they've arrived in 2019. And one of them, Irene, is actually a Filipino. We also have on-campus accommodation or student housing. We have two types. There's 2-bedroom units and then there's 4-bedroom units. For a 4-bedroom unit, that will cost you $520 a month per student, one student per room. Okay, so rooms are not shared. If you don't want to share living space with 4 students, then you can get our 2-bedroom unit. It will cost you higher than the 4-bedroom unit, around probably more than $600 a month. But yeah, you have that option. Other areas are shared, such as the kitchen, the living area, and the bathroom. But you get your own personal space. Now, $520 a month also includes your utilities, such as water, internet, and electricity. The only exception is the food. As for food, you can actually cook your own food. And the on-campus accommodation actually is a little expensive as compared to off-campus accommodations. You also have that option to find your own accommodation sa labas ng campus. It will cost you lesser, about $400 to $450 a month. It depends on the on the type of accommodation, of course, and if you are sharing an accommodation with another person or not. But yeah, normally what I would recommend, personal recommendation to international students, is go on our on-campus residence, especially if you are going alone or if you have your own family, but you will go first and then your family will follow. I would suggest you go for on-campus accommodation for a month or two, for example, say 2 months. That allows you the time to adjust, familiarize yourself with your environment, the people around you, and the city, and then you can, adjust with your studies and whatnot, and then find your off-campus accommodation. By then, you also get to meet other international students who shares the same needs as you, accommodation, for example. Then you can decide if you go well together. Then you can decide to be roommates. There's a lot of ways how to go around finding an accommodation and saving money. So that's just one example. My personal recommendation. You also have a homestay option. However, I don't really recommend that because it's actually very expensive. It will cost you $800 a month. But the good thing is that includes the food. However, that's still $800, which is quite expensive. Yeah, it's entirely up to you which way you want to go. Which is, by the way, the $520, or if you ask me how much is the total per month, cost of living in our region, I'd say about $800 a month for everything. That includes the rent for the accommodation, the food, insurance, mobile, and things like that. So, and transportation. So that amount is actually very, very affordable as compared to, say, Vancouver, which the cost of living will cost you about 1,500 to $2,000 a month if you want to live comfortably. So studying with us, taking advantage of the lower cost of living with the same minimum wage, because the minimum wage is in Vancouver is the same with ours. So right now in British Columbia, the minimum wage is, I think it's already, last month it was about 14.60. I think now it has gone up to $15. I have to double check on that. But yeah, $14 to $15 an hour for the minimum wage, which is the same as what is offered in Vancouver, by the way. So, you can take advantage of that. Now we move on to the winter, the temperature, the climate, the seasons, and whatnot, because I'm not going to downplay this information. It gets cold during the winter, about 30 to 35, negative 30 rather to negative 35 during the peak of winter season. But the good thing is it's only actually cold outside when you go outside. If you stay indoors, of course, everything or everywhere has indoor heating system or warmers and stuff like that. However, if you intend to go out, say enjoy the snow, build your own snowman, for example, or do some winter sports such as skiing, snowshoeing, sledding, we just have to be properly clothed. Okay, and part of the orientation with the college is to guide you where to find these clothes and what kind of clothes you need to wear during the winter season. So you'll be fine. We have a lot of Filipino in the region. It's cold. However, anywhere else in Canada is actually cold. So the good thing is you get to actually enjoy it. And here's a short video on how Canadians in our region, specifically in the city of Fort St. John, enjoys the winter season.
Hi, Jamie. I think there is a problem with the audio because we cannot hear anything.
Oh, okay.
Can we play the other video as well and then this one?
Okay, sure. Yeah. Thank you for that. I didn't know earlier. How about now?
Yeah, now there is an audio.
Okay.
I've been coming to the High on Ice Festival in Fort St. John for 5 or 6 years now, and what I love about it is the town is just so welcoming. There's just great people everywhere doing all kinds of different things. It's always so interesting to meet new people, even though most of the time they're bundled up, you don't get to see much of their faces. There's so many activities from morning to night, and there's so many people coming together to celebrate winter. You get all walks of life that are able to actually come and enjoy this festival, and then add 6 professional carvers into it. It's just like, it's a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Okay, I'll play the video earlier towards the end of my presentation. So again, as I mentioned earlier, Canada is still 4 seasons. So other than winter, you still get to enjoy the summer, and then there's also spring, which are equally beautiful in its own. And here's what Northern Lights looks like. This one is taken in Dawson Creek. All the videos I'm using in this presentation are actually can be found on YouTube. So if you wanna link for that, let me know. Yeah, so it's the Northern Lights, aka the Aurora Borealis. You don't have to go to Europe just to experience this. You can go and study in our college and get to experience this natural phenomenon and take it off of your bucket list. Now, in a nutshell, if you're looking for a college that offers affordable tuition fee, IELTS can be waived. Again, you must have a 4 years bachelor's degree. Public college, meaning PGWP eligible, better job opportunities, lower cost of living, and if you want to experience Northern Lights, then you're looking at studying. Perhaps you might want to consider NLC as your study destination. Now, before I go to other technicalities such as requirements, how to apply, I'll play the video earlier.
Taking the risk to come to Canada is something that is totally worth it. It's worth it because it's a country that is opening the doors for international persons. It's giving opportunities, and it's a country that is always gonna recognize the respect for the other. My name is Carolina Arango, and I am from Colombia. I came to Dawson Creek in 2018.
I'm Irene de la Peña Tesico. I came from the Philippines. I arrived here last September 2019. So I've been here for 6 months. And as for my experience, I'm really happy. Very gratefully happy. And I still can't believe that I'm here in Canada.
I love this college. I love my instructors. They're always willing to listen, to respond to your doubts, and to help you, to provide you all the information that can help you make the learning process easier.
So since I came here, I think the best part is the people. The people in here were so friendly, they're so accommodating, and they helped me to become a better person.
It's something different. It's a city that offers you a connection with the nature, and it's beautiful. There's lakes, there's these sunsets and sunrises that are magical.
I think they better choose Northern Lights College. Not only because it's affordable, but also the people in here, the instructor, the staff, they're willing to help you with all your needs. Not only specifically in your studies, but also in your personal lives. I think if I'm not here in Northern Lights College, I will not be who I am today.
It's amazing, and we'd never imagined it was gonna be like that. So it surprised us, but in a good way.
Okay, let's jump straight to technicalities, how to apply, and the requirements and whatnot. So right now, the available intakes for Northern Lights College is January and May 2022. The last day of application for our September 2021 intake was last month. So we're no longer accepting applications for September 2021. Okay. So the available intake is January. However, majority of our programs are already full for January next year. We've started the admission for May 2022 this month, and many of our programs are also quite full. So yeah, communicate with, please contact Kanata, the host of this event, to guide you or help you in the information about which programs are still open and or full. I'll be updating them. I have not updated yet because I'm still checking the applications. So all you have to do right now is submit your requirements to the host of this event. It's pretty straightforward. Passport has to be valid, but you know, we are temporarily accepting an expired passport for as long as you have started the renewal process, because we know there are delays. The college recognize that there are delays in the documentation because of the pandemic. So yeah, you can submit that if your passport is, you know, taking a while to be renewed. College diploma, college transcript of records, high school diploma, and TOR. Again, IELTS can be waived if you have a bachelor's degree. The application fee is waived for everyone who's attended this event, and just send it to Kanata, and I'll be updating them with our availability in terms of the program and which intake. Yeah, I think that's it. You also have, by the way, you have to submit your application to Kanata because you have to fill out an application form which they have. So they'll also they will also guide you with that. And applications are sent to me. I have to screen them first before I forward it to admission for review and assessment. Okay, that's it. That actually concludes my presentation, and I'll join you in the Q&A.
All right, thanks, Jamie. Fort St. John, actually maraming na-excite because Fort St. John and Dawson Streets are a very beautiful place. So thank you. Our final speaker for tonight is the is one of the education counselors here in Kanata. Let us all welcome Miss Catherine Manasan.
Hi, thank you so much, Sir Francis. Thank you so much, Sir Daryl and Miss Jamie, for joining us tonight. And thank you, everyone, for being with us here in our webinar on your Friday evening. So let me start my presentation. I'll make it very quick. Baka hindi pa kayo nakakapag-dinner. So, para makapag-dinner na kayo. All right, so once again, welcome to Study in Canada webinar with Kanata Education and Northern Lights College and Humber College. So I would like to discuss what are the benefits of an international student in Canada. So before we go into that, let me discuss what is an international student and the terms and conditions or yung mga rules and regulations as an international student. So of course, first of all, you need to be always enrolled at a designated learning institution. So we are partnered with DLI institutions in Canada. So Northern Lights and Humber College are part of the list. You should be making progress towards completing your programs. And of course, you have to respect the condition of your student permit, and you should stop studying if you do not meet the requirements. And of course, you need to leave Canada when your permit expires. So bawal tayong mag-TNT doon, guys, okay? So, yan. And then, of course, as an international student, you can work while studying. So, you can work on campus and you don't need a work permit, but you have to be a full-time student and you are holding a valid student permit. So on-campus jobs are highly dependent on the availability inside the campus. However, this is a very limited jobs, but you can always check sa mga student centers and career centers doon sa campus. Other than that, you can also apply, of course, off campus. You also don't need a work permit, but you should have started studying and you are enrolled in a program. So it means, syempre, if you arrived in Canada 1 month before your intake, then you cannot start working off campus if you haven't started studying. So you must be enrolled already and start the program before you can work off campus. And then, of course, there is the co-op, which is usually incorporated with a program. It's almost the same as internship in the Philippines, and it could be paid or not paid. So it depends on the company. But usually it is a paid program. So you can do this all together. So you can work on campus, on top of the off-campus, and then on top of your co-op also. Work lang ng work hanggat kaya. All right. And then, of course, you can work 20 hours per week during school semester and 40 hours per week during semestral breaks and holiday breaks. On top of that, you can work 12 hours per week on campus. So yung 20 hours and 40 hours are your off-campus jobs. Another benefit of an international student is the postgraduate work permit, which means you can stay in Canada after your program. So if your program is less than 8 months, you are not eligible for postgraduate work permit. And if your program is 1 year, then you can stay in Canada for another 1 year, and 3 years postgraduate work permit if your program is 2 years. Okay, so one benefit that attracts most of nationalities or Filipinos to study in Canada is that they can bring their dependents. So this is not based on agency. So hindi siya, guys, yung ino-offer ng agency. This is actually a benefit for the international student. So you can bring your spouse, your common law partner, or your children. So if you're 18 years old and above and you're not yet married and you don't have your own family yet, parents, grandparents, your titos and titas are not your dependents. So, yan lang yung kino-consider na dependent. Okay? So, once again, we are Kanata Education. We provide free assessment and unlimited consultation. We will give you assistance all throughout from your school application and visa application. We don't collect processing fees. Yes, you heard that right. We only collect 10,000 pesos for your visa application and biometrics fees. This will serve as a security deposit and consumable later on once you proceed with the visa application. Okay, so what are the requirements required for your school application? So as mentioned earlier by our school representatives, you need to have your valid passport, your academic transcripts, your diploma. If the school is waiving IELTS requirement, then you don't need to submit an IELTS result. And sometimes they will ask for your certificate of English as medium of instruction, but some are not. Okay, so what is the process to become an international student? First, you have to consult with your counselor. This is very crucial and critical with the process because in this stage, we are going to recommend the right program for you. So when applying as a student in Canada, you need to justify why do you need to study. So it has to be related with your work experience or your education background. So through the consultation and program recommendation, we can provide you the right program to take in Canada. Okay, once we have settled which program to take, then you need to gather and submit the required documents. Okay, so you don't need to submit the documents directly to the school. It has to go through Kanata Education, and then the application fee is waived for you. And then, of course, we can fast track the application process. Once we have all the documents, we'll apply to the school, and then we'll wait for the letter of acceptance or offer letter. And confirm your slot by paying the tuition fee. And then we can start the visa application process by getting a medical exam and gathering all the required visa requirements and submit the documents for your visa application. So it's very easy, very straightforward, and it doesn't take a lot of time to process your application. Okay, so there are two types of visa application process. The first one is the regular stream, or the most preferred option of visa application of the students. Okay. Why the regular stream? It's because, okay, pre-pandemic, nung wala pang COVID, the application assessment runs between 6 to 8 weeks. So right now, as per the IRCC website, the application assessment runs 8 weeks or more. So hindi natin siya masabi kung gaano talaga siya katagal ipaprocess. However, some of our students who were applied recently around May, some of them were able to get the results already. Okay, so what are the requirements? First, you need to have a proof of acceptance or the letter of acceptance from the school, and you need to have a proof of identity. So what is this proof of identity? It could be your passport, your birth certificates, any national government IDs and stuff. Okay, and then here you are required to provide your proof of financial support by having a sponsor. So this sponsor doesn't need to be in Canada, okay? Your sponsor can be anywhere in the world, kahit nasa Timbuktu pa yan, o kaya nasa Zimbabwe, diba? As long as they have access to bank statements or their bank accounts. So we highly recommend your sponsor to be a relative, so we can have the proof of relationship. So how much is the show money required to be provided by your sponsor? It's 1 year tuition fee and 1 year living costs. So for example, for NLC, the tuition fee is around 12,000, and then you need to have the living cost for 1 year of, let's say, 10,000 Canadian dollars. So you need to have a 22,000 Canadian dollars show money. So yun yung required na show money that your sponsor needs to provide in the form of his or her bank statements. Okay, and then of course you need to write a letter of explanation or study plan or statement of purpose. So yan yung we need to write it down. So Kanata Education will assist you in writing your study plan. So this is part of our services to you. So once again, for regular stream, you need to have your proof of acceptance or your letter of acceptance, your proof of identity, proof of financial support for show money, and then of course your letter of explanation. The other type of visa application is the study direct stream, or the hassle-free type of application. So why is it hassle-free? Usually the waiting time pre-pandemic runs between 4 to 6 weeks. But right now, study direct stream and regular stream are being processed almost at the same time. So depende na lang din kung sinong nauna nag-submit, or it depends actually talaga sa IRCC. So if the school is waiving your IELTS requirements, however, if you're applying through the study direct stream, then you must require an IELTS score with a minimum band of 6, and you must purchase a guaranteed investment certificate worth 10,000 Canadian dollars. So we will assist you with getting this GIC na tinatawag. And then of course, you must pay your 1-year tuition fee. So with regular stream, you are required to pay 1 semester tuition fee. But with study direct stream, you must pay the 1-year tuition fee. And of course, you need to write the statement of purpose or your study plan. So once again, for study direct stream, IELTS is required, purchase of guaranteed investment certificate, payment of 1-year tuition fee, and the writing of statement of purpose. So some of our students are still asking why we should not let COVID stop you from applying as a student in Canada. So at the moment, all our schools are shifting towards online learning, so you can study at the comfort of your home. Of course, you will be having a lower cost of living. You don't need to have a part-time job. And of course, you still qualify for postgraduate work permit. However, Canada is open to accept international students. So kung ayaw nyo naman mag-online study, you can always fly to Canada. Okay, so that's it for my presentation. Once again, we are Kanata Education. Kindly follow us on our social media pages on our Facebook and Instagram. And if you haven't already, and if you missed the first part of the presentation from our schools, you can watch it once again in our YouTube channel. Thank you so much, guys. We can now proceed with the question and answer portion.
All right, thanks, Miss Catherine. So if you have questions, you can type in on our chat box, or you can turn on your mic so we can hear your questions. So we still have here Daryl Agapito from Humber College. So if you have questions about the application or the programs, and also Miss Jamie from Northern Lights College.
Yes, Sir Francis, actually, I have a question here for Miss Jamie. So our viewer from YouTube is asking if the program he wants to enroll to are currently offered in both campuses. Will you be the one who will decide which campus he will enroll, or he can decide for his own?
Yeah, they can decide. If it's offered in both campuses, then it's entirely up to you which campus you'd like to join.
All right. Okay, this question also is for Miss Jamie. Do you accept, aside from IELTS, or any alternatives like Duolingo exam, PTE for international?
Yeah, good question. Yes, we also accept other English proficiency exams such as PTE and Duolingo. However, for Duolingo, it's actually subject to approval and acceptance. So it may or may not be accepted.
All right.
Okay. Another question is if NLC offers 3 intakes, does that mean I can finish a 2-year program in less than 2 years? Which intakes are most preferred?
Technically speaking, yes, because there's actually only 8 months in total per year classes. Because there's four months per semester, right? So 2 semesters per year, that's equivalent to 8 months. The remaining months are actually your vacation. So technically speaking, you can finish it in less than 2 years. Especially if you start your program in I'm not 100% sure. I guess September. Because the May intake is actually our intersession semester, meaning you only have to study. If you go for our May intake, the classes is only for about a month or two, and then you go on summer vacation. So, yeah.
All right.
I have a
Uh,
question for Sir Daryl. Do you accept the mature students with old curriculum?
Yes, we accept mature students. So mature students meaning they finished high school, that's grade 10, and then after grade 10, they worked already up until now, and they are 19 years old and above. So yes, we accept them. But please note that after submitting an application, you will be invited to take an admission test or an entrance exam. So we don't have entrance exam or admission test for other programs, for other applicants, but if you are a mature student, you will be invited for an admission test. And also, for those students who are applying for practical nursing, there is an admission test.
All right. For the IGS programs, they can find the list of programs offered at IGS in the website, correct?
Correct. But you might have hard time in looking for it. So just go to our website, humber.ca, click on programs and courses, and then choose the program that you wish to study. And then on the side tab, there is a tab on the right side of the page. You will see the campuses on where that program is offered. If it says IGS, then it's offered at the IGS.
Also, Sir Daryl, since some of our YouTube viewers already watched your video with...
Oh my God, sikat na ako sa YouTube.
Is there any update on the bursaries for this September 2021 and also for January 2022? Will they still get the 1,500 what do you call that, reimbursable bursaries? So what?
For January 2022, it's still too early to tell. Masyado pang malayo. We just started our May intake, kakasimula pa lang, and about to start with the September 2021 intake. We are finalizing the bursaries for September 2021 so that we can announce it soon.
All right. One of our participant here has a question. Yes, Jen, you can turn on your mic.
Hi. I just want to ask, right? Since you've mentioned about the proof of fund, you've mentioned that I need to provide like at least 22,000 in a year. Is there any additional for if I bring along spouse?
Yes, for proof of funds, this fund should be deposited on the account of your sponsor. So the computation is 1 year tuition fee, 10,000 Canadian dollars, and if you're bringing your spouse or dependents, it's additional 4,000 for your spouse and additional 3,000 for each child. So if you're bringing your spouse, it's for NLC 12,000 plus 10,000 Canadian dollars for the living cost of the student plus 4,000 Canadian dollars for the living cost of the spouse. I hope I answer your question, Jen.
Yes. Does it need to be like intact in the bank for like 4 months to 6 months?
Yes, it should be deposited on the bank account of your sponsor for 4 months prior to visa application. So if you're going to apply your visa application for September, you just need to go back 4 months. So August, July, June, May. So month of May, on that same year, deposited na yung account up to September, and then for the visa processing, so it should not be withdrawn unless magkaroon na ng visa decision yung application. So the only time you can withdraw the funds is after magkaroon ng decision yung visa application student.
Okay, but let's say, for example, I don't have any sponsor, but it will be my money. So let's say, for example, my money will be intact by December. So it's not possible. But it's my own money.
No, it should be deposited. It should be deposited 4 months prior to visa application.
The amount should be maintained in your bank account at least 4 months prior to your visa application. So if this is the case, if you're applying for January 2022 and the money will be deposited in the bank around December, then there is also no time for you to apply because the processing time is a minimum 8 weeks. So we have to submit 3 months prior to the intake. Okay, so for Miss Jamie, we have another question regarding accommodation. If the unit is 4 bedroom, are they the one who is responsible to look for others to share the unit, or they will occupy the whole unit?
No, basically they'll be sharing with other students then na gustong mag-stay sa on-campus accommodation. So it could be also Filipino students or it could be, from other nationality.
Oh, right. Okay. Sir Francis, do you still have other questions?
Yeah, I think we have one more here. What are the usual courses offered to education graduates? Sir Daryl?
So for education graduates, we offer early childhood education, or they can also explore social service worker program or developmental services worker program.
I guess I think also na-mention kanina doon sa presentation na may ESL, so yung English.
Teaching English as a second language, correct. Yeah, for those who are teaching English right now. And also, I just want to emphasize our early childhood education program is very, very, very in demand. I think not just with us, but also with NLC in the whole Canada for Filipino students. So our early childhood education is offered in January 2022. It is now already waitlisted, but you can still submit an application if you submitted complete documents. Then Kanata will be notifying me so that we can prioritize your application, hopefully. But if it says already closed, then you cannot submit an application anymore. So if you are aiming for January 2022, I encourage you to submit your application tonight. Joke. As soon as possible.
Yes, I guess I think Jamie meron din early childhood education.
Yeah, of course. So I have a questions. I'm not a Filipino, so I have to speak English with you guys. I have some questions, almost about 7 questions. I don't know if you can really answer me for all 7. I do have, I'm looking actually to study a welding course. So my question is the welding course for how many years in this college? This is first. To be graduated, of course. Second, all right. Second question is how many years you give postgraduate for this kind of course? And the third question is to get the letter of acceptance, how much do I need to pay? The third question is how much the total fees with all the expenses aside, of course. The fourth question is how many types of welding do they offer at the same times? Because there is 4 types, and some colleges they offer 2 types, and some colleges in Canada I have checked they can offer 4 types. And the fifth questions, when is the deadlines for this program to apply? So to give also certificates and the payment, blah blah blah. The sixth questions is the commute. To commute to this college, is it accessible? Is it easy? Meaning, can you use bus or not? And the final question is, which is very important to me, is how much is the employment rate after graduation in this college? Thank you so much.
All right, Jenny, thank you so much. You have a lot of questions. Okay, so let us answer them one by one. By the way, which college do you prefer? Is it from NLC or from Humber College? Because these 2 colleges are from different provinces.
I guess I will go to Humber.
Humber College. Okay, Sir Daryl, can you please turn on your mic and your video? So his first question is if you are offering welding program in Humber, and how long is this program in Humber?
Okay, so please guide me with your questions. I barely remember everything. We have welding techniques program. It's 1 year certificate program. 1 year. We only have one type of welding technique program. It's only
Which
a
one?
certificate welding techniques.
Yeah, no,
Cert-
my question is what kind of type? Meaning to say, is it TIG, MIG, or SMAG?
You have to read it. It's very specific question.
Yes, I need to know.
I think it's very specific, but we have welding techniques. I'll try to.
I can check
I'll
it. I can check it. All
Yep,
right.
I'll send you the link to the program so that you can check the whole program.
All
And
right. That's great.
1 year certificate only, you will be eligible for 1 year postgraduate work permit. How
Perfect.
much do you need to pay for you to get the letter of acceptance? Nothing. So you submit the application and then we
Wow.
give you the letter of acceptance if you qualify to the program. On your letter of acceptance, you will see a date on when you can or up to when can you confirm your offer
The
and up
validation.
until yes, and up until when can you pay the
The
first
deadline.
semester
All right.
tuition fee.
Can we use this?
And about the employment rate after graduation, how much it's the feedback?
So definitely you will be able to find jobs in Toronto since Toronto is a city and welding techniques is a skill-based program. So definitely you will be able to find jobs under that industry.
Can we use this also only in other states like other provinces? Sorry, I don't want to use that. I have another question. No need to use that. My question is that if in case that we get the letter of acceptance and we already finished the course, can this certificate or work permit can be used in other provinces of Canada?
Red Seal. After I study Red Seal.
Or only in, let's say, in Ottawa or let's say in Ontario only?
You mean the postgraduate work permit?
Yes.
Yeah, you can use it in other provinces.
But okay, let's say I have this certification already and I graduated, and
Red Seal.
because I was actually in Canada, and I heard, I don't know, I just want to revalidate it because I think you know more much about me. I think if you get the certification gotten from let's say in Ontario, you can only use this and you can only work within the Ontario. You're not allowed to work in other provinces like British Columbia, like you
So
can work
I
in
think it's
Alberta.
yeah, Jenny, I think it's with the certification but not with the PGWP. So I think this is a very particular case. You might want to contact Kanata so that they can assist you with that.
All right. Thank you so much.
So
Yep.
Jenny will give you
Thank
an
you so much.
assessment next week. So for further questions, we will be assessing you one by one.
Okay. Thank you.
Other questions as well. All right. Sir Francis, do you have any other questions from our students?
Yes, I think for especially for NLC, since they already started May 2022 intake, and some of the programs are already closed. So some of our participants here were asking when is the application will start for September 2022 intake.
Okay, for September 2022, we will open the admission by October 1st of this year. So I need all the application. I will announce to Kanata when can you submit your application.
Okay, so definitely for January, it's already closed, all programs. For May intake, it already started, so some of the programs are closed. But for September 2022, this October 1st. So before that, dapat complete na yung documents for submissions.
Yeah, that's right.
Miss Catherine, any last words?
No, I don't have. I just want to thank everyone, and please don't forget to type in your name, your mobile number, and your email address, or you can always contact us in our social media pages. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to know more about tips and insights on how to become an international student. You can always subscribe to the channel. All right, Sir Francis?
Okay. Again, Kanata will is here to assist your applications at the schools and also for your visa application for free because we don't collect processing fee. You only need to pay 10,000 pesos, the security deposit fee, which is consumable for your visa and biometrics fee later on. So free assistance, and for Humber and NLC, uh, no application fee, waive yung IELTS for Filipino students who graduated ng bachelor's degree, and also dun sa kasama dun sa list of Humber list ng mga universities and colleges na if you graduate there, you also waive the IELTS requirements for the school application.
All right.
So thank you, Miss Jamie and Sir Daryl, and have a good night.
Everyone who joined us tonight on a Friday evening. Happy dinner and happy weekend.
Happy weekend.
Thank you,
guys.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone. Thanks, Daryl. See you soon.
Thanks, Jamie. See you.
See ya.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Kanata.
Thanks, Francis. Thank you, everyone. Bye.